Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you've seen this face, hello, hi, my name is Topsy. So for this video, I will be sharing with you my sort of favorite keto. They're not really just designed for keto, but they're my fave items while I've been on my lifestyle change, and they've been those items that are essential for me on a day-to-day basis. I will be lost without them, and I just thought to share with you in this video. If you would like to see what food items, products, food appliances or even some apps as well that I rock with on a day-to-day basis, then keep watching. So to start with, I'm going to talk to you about apps that I use on a day-to-day basis for tracking my food intake, making sure that I stick to my macros. I use MyFitnessPal. I will put a picture of how the icon looks like over here somewhere. MyFitnessPal is amazing. I've been using it for years, even before I started the ketogenic diet. While I was always on some sort of diet or the other, I always use this app to track my calories. So I really like it, and I definitely recommend it. Another app that I use, because I do intermittent fast, is the Zero app. Again, I'll put a picture of the app over here somewhere for you guys. It's called the Zero app, and it's really good because it basically tells you when if you put in how many hours you want to fast for, it would alert you when your time is up and countdowns and things of that nature. I really like that app. So that's that for apps that I use on a day-to-day basis. Next thing I have is my water bottle. I know it's huge. This is 2.2 liters. I make sure that I at least finish my 2 liters in a day. My 2.2 liters. Sometimes I even drink more, but at least I have my 2.2 liters in a day. I make sure I have this with me everywhere I go. I take this to the gym with me, etc. So I will be lost without this, and I would highly recommend that. Obviously, you don't need to get something this big, but get something that you can obviously make sure you always hydrated and drink your water. It's very important, guys. So yeah. In terms of food appliances that I use on a day-to-day basis, I didn't want to bring everything here because I'm sure that, I'll try and find pictures of them, but I'm sure you guys know what they are, to be honest, when I mention them. But my NutriBullet, I'll leave a picture somewhere here. I use it to make my smoothies, and I love it. A food processor, amazing. As you guys know, I shared my granola recipe with you. If you haven't checked out that video, I'll put it up here somewhere. I love granola. Absolutely love it. So my food processor comes in very handy, but the one I have is not a massive one. It's one of those mini ones. So I really like that. It doesn't take up too much space. Cheap and cheerful. So I love that. You need a scale, obviously, to weigh your food, to make sure you keep it on top of your macros, that you're not overeating in the day. A food scale is highly, highly recommended. Well, it's highly recommended for me. It's very essential for me. So I would definitely say it's one that I can't live without on a daily basis. Measuring cups, absolutely essential for me. When I'm baking, to know what 1 cup is, to know what half a cup is, quarter cup, etc. Definitely comes very handy, so you can measure and make sure that you sort of accurate with your measurement. Measuring spoons, teaspoons, tablespoons, definitely are a must-have for me. I have to have this because I use them pretty much every time I prep my food. I think that's it with regards to appliances that I would say that are holy grail, favorite, essential for me. I also recommend some sort of vitamin. It doesn't have to be this one. I use the Centrum Woman, but it doesn't have to be this one. Just make sure you get a multivitamin so that you can use, just to make sure that you're not deficient in, any of your nutrients. So I definitely use this every single day. So let's move on to food now. These are items that I love to use to prepare my food. Also some items that I just love to also add to food. So the first one would be some sort of collagen. This is the brand that I use. I mean, if you have another brand, then go for it. But this is the one that I use, the Bulletproof Collagen Protein. I find that sometimes I go off chicken, or I just go off things like that sometimes. It's not something that I want to eat every day. So this comes in handy because this gives you 22 grams of protein for 2 scoops. So when I don't really feel like eating a piece of chicken, I would just add 2 scoops of this to my coffee, um, or my smoothie even on a daily basis, and at least I know that I've covered protein a little bit, you know. So I say collagen is very good. It's also very good for the skin, elasticity as well. So I highly recommend that. If you're African, you know that, you know, we like our swallow. So swallow is basically like, I don't even know how to explain it. Something we would eat with our hands, and it's like you don't need to chew it. You just put it in your mouth and swallow. Yeah, which is where the word swallow comes from. So obviously the traditional swallow has a lot of carbs in it, and obviously when you're on a ketogenic diet, you can't eat carbs like that. The only carbs you can eat is vegetables and some fruits in the form of berries. So a great alternative for me that I love is coconut flour. So I use this coconut flour in place of the traditional carby swallow to make my own swallow. So this for me, I love, tastes yum. I love coconut anyway, so bonus. So I use this in conjunction with the next product I'm going to show you, which I'm running out of, but it's called psyllium husk. Whenever you add psyllium husk to anything, it binds it together so it's sort of solid, so you can sort of pick it up easier. And this is pretty much fiber in a bag. So if you're like struggling to go to the toilet, this would get you together real quick. So I love using this. I need to get me another bag because I'm obviously running out. Yeah, so I use this with my coconut flour. So for my sweets, because we do, you know, we need to eat our desserts once in a while, so we can't use the traditional flour. So I like to use this to bake ground almonds. I mean, or I think they call it almond flour as well, but I get this one and I love it. I used to make my waffles, I use it to make cakes, I use it to make donuts, muffins. Yes, because you're on a ketogenic lifestyle doesn't mean you can't enjoy all those things. Obviously, I don't have them every day, but if I feel like I want to eat cake, then I'll make some cake, and this allows me to be able to do that. If I'm making a cake that I want to add some chocolate to it, or I just want to eat chocolate, I mean, to be honest, I don't really eat it on its own because it's kind of bitter. But I tend to add this to my cakes. If I want to make a marble cake or even a chocolate cake, I add this to my cake. It's 90% dark cocoa, which we're allowed because it obviously has less or no sugar, really. Maybe less sugar, healthier for you compared to milk chocolate. So we're allowed on the ketogenic diet to have dark chocolate, but make sure it's the more percentage, the better. So I go for the 90% one. Moving on to sweeteners, because we can't eat sugar, obviously, but we're allowed to eat sweeteners. And the one that I love, I mean, I've tried different ones. I have tried Truvia or Stevia, is that what they call it? But that leaves for baking. I don't really like that one too much because it leaves this aftertaste that I'm not crazy about. I discovered monk fruits, although I have to order this from the States, which is really annoying. But when I do, I bulk buy, and I love this. This is the Lakanto brand. This is the sweetener that I use. Monk fruit for my baking and sometimes even in my coffee. Love it. Finally, I've got MCT oil. If you don't know what MCT oil is, it's basically a type of coconut oil. I forget what MCT means, but it's something, some long name. something that ends with triglyceride. But anyway, it's a form of coconut oil that is basically liquid at room temperature, which means that you can add it to your coffee if you want, and you can add it to your smoothie, which I do sometimes. You want to be careful with this though. I learned the hard way. If you take too much, I stick to about 1 tablespoon, even sometimes 1 teaspoon, because I didn't realize that it will make you go toilet if you take too much. So you want to be careful with that. But I do love the MCT oil, and I enjoy using this in this lifestyle that I'm on. Those are basically all the items that I would say are sort of essential for me in my ketogenic lifestyle. I've enjoyed using them. I enjoy using them, and I will continue to use them. What are some of your essentials that you use on a daily basis? Share them with me in the comment section below. Leave any questions for me if you have any. Thank you for taking the time out to watch this video. I appreciate you, and I will catch you guys in another video very soon. Take care, guys. Bye.